I'm here with DiBella, former Senior Vice President of HBO Sports and the owner, head of DiBella Entertainment. How you doing, Lou? How's it going right now?
Good, man. I'm enjoying the breeze underneath this tent here in the desert.
Yeah, how's California treating you this week? You excited for the fights?
I'm excited for the fights. I think this will be a nice show tonight, and I'm excited about Saturday night, yeah.
Okay, now let's talk about, now you're still, Jermaine Taylor's under your promotional umbrella, correct?
Yes, he is.
Let's talk about the Jeff Lacy-Jermaine Taylor fight. That's an exciting fight.
Exciting fight. I think Jermaine's going to be in sensational shape for this one. I know Lacy's going to go in there trying to take him out because that's Jeff's game, but I give my guy a great chance to look spectacular. I think it's going to be Jermaine's night, and Jermaine's going to reestablish himself as what he is, one of the best fighters in the world.
Yeah, no, those are two fellow Olympians going head-to-head.
Look, it's been a fight waiting to happen since they were amateurs. So, the fight was inevitable. It's going to happen now, and I'm looking forward to it.
Now, let's talk about some other fighters you have under your umbrella. Any other fighters you want to talk about?
Well, I'd like to talk about, first of all, tonight I want to say that Israel Garcia, who's one of my favorite fighters in terms of a human being, what a great guy. He's worked really hard for this fight. I saw Chris. Chris looks big. I don't think Chris has worked so hard. Chris is going to go out there and try to overwhelm him. If this fight goes into the mid and later rounds, watch out. You might see something that you weren't expecting.
And Nick Campbell's with you, right, Lou?
No, Nate was with me. Nate's now with Don King, and look, power to Nate. I'm sorry that Nate didn't get his opportunity in the last fight. I think right now, on that power rankings at lightweight, Nate's right toward the top of that list. And you know what? I think Pacquiao and Nate Campbell would have been in a competitive fight.
Now, you signed a lot of Olympians after the 2000 Olympics, and you've noted that you felt like the prices were inflated for the Olympians that people had to pay after the successful 84 and 88 teams. What do you think about Deontay Wilder, the heavyweight that just signed with Golden Boy Promotions? What do you think about him as a prospect?
I think he's raw, but he's big. He's got the body, but he's very raw. I signed a kid named Tor Hamer, who was ranked #1 by USA Boxing at super heavyweight, who won the national championship this past year, multiple-time winner of the New York Golden Gloves. Honestly, I think he's just as good, if not a better prospect.
And how old is he?
Tor is 25, and a multiple-time Muay Thai champion. He's a top martial artist, but also a boxer. I think that Tor Hamer, watch out for him. He's going to be a real good prospect. Wilder, look, Wilder has a great story. I'm glad he's going to make some bread and be able to help his daughter out. I know she's got some physical problems, and I think he really achieved, for the U.S. where no one else did in the Olympics, and I wish him all the best.
Now let's go back in time a little bit.
Hey, Andre Berto Saturday night and Steve Forbes.
That's a big fight right here.
That's a big fight, and you know what? I think it's a great learning fight. I think Steve Forbes is one of the true professionals in the game, a former world champion, an excellent fighter. I think Berto's going to learn a lot, and I think we're going to learn a lot about Berto after,
Would you turn down anybody at 147 for Berto? For the money, right money?
Yeah. I mean, right this second, I don't think I would run to a Paul Williams or a Margarito fight. Not right now. Shane Mosley, if we got the opportunity, yeah. Zab Judah, if we got the opportunity, yeah. Cotto in a fight or two, yeah. But we got to get past Steve Forbes, and then he's got a very, very, very tough mandatory with Louis Collazo. So his next two, his dance card sort of for the next two fights looks like it's going to be Forbes and Collazo. And if he gets past those two guys, those are two great credentials on his resume. And then, we'll be looking for the Shane Mosleys, the Cottos, the Zab Judahs, and then I think down the line, a Margarito.
And now, one more thing about your history. Lou, I read a long time ago when I think it was KO Magazine that you won the New York State Spelling Bee. Did you win the Spelling Bee championship when you were young?
As a kid, Brooklyn. I didn't win New York City.
You won the Brooklyn, so there's a lot of kids in that. You still proud of that? You have that medal?
Look, I can spell. My English is good. Despite I'm smarter than I look. I'm smarter than I look.
Okay, man, enjoy the fights tonight. Have a good night.
I will enjoy the fights.